I want to talk to you today about the moment that I stopped selling press to my clients and I started positioning what we do as selling for revenue. We're going to center around this topic because it will help explain why you might have ever had a client who absolutely loved your work. They renewed your services every month. They could not stop singing your praises and referred you to everyone they knew. And then maybe you had another client who got similar results, even the same results, and they still churned and they left after their initial contract period. This is going to center around why that happens, the two different experiences for each client, because it's not about the coverage. It's not about the placements. It's about something that happens before the work even starts. And once you see it, once you see this simple and powerful positioning effort you can make, you cannot unsee it. So we're going to jump into this today. Of course, I love this topic because it is centered around helping you make more money in your business without doing more, doing what you've always been great at, and still retaining clients longer, being able to charge more for the services that you're already providing. So this is a shift. We got to name it. There's a version of PR that most of us were trained to deliver. And that is where you pitch a lot of outlets. Obviously, we don't do spray and pray around here, but you pitch timely, targeted, relevant story angles to a lot of different outlets, very carefully crafted media lists, but you're still hoping to land some coverage for your client in an outlet that has meaning and impact for their audience. And it goes, you pitch, you place, and then you report. And you do it over and over every month. You say, here you go, client. This is the coverage we got every month. Here's the reach. Here are the impressions. And for a really long time, I've been doing this 21 years. That was enough. That was enough. Clients understood the value intuitively. A lot of them would ask to see actual ROI. And it's always been challenging in PR because impressions aren't automatically linked to some measurable ROI. But we were able to show the overall value of brand awareness and potential clients seeing a feature for the brand or product in a targeted top tier outlet. And they understood intuitively what the value of those placements were, that they knew that being in the right publication really meant something, even if they couldn't draw a straight line from that placement to an actual dollar amount. That era that I operated in for 2 decades, that era is over. And that's okay. It is not because PR stopped working, because the business landscape actually changed around it. And clients are more sophisticated now. They're asked to justify every line item of their budget. And when their CFO or their board or even their own anxiety asks them, what is this PR spend actually doing for us? Impressions and reach don't hold up as an answer anymore. So what happens? They start to wonder if they need you. And no amount of fantastic coverage, targeted coverage in top tier outlets will save that relationship if the frame that they're or the lens that they're looking at your services from is wrong from the beginning. It's that feeling of dissatisfaction because they have expectations that are not being met. And in this case, it might be because those expectations have not been clearly defined. So what actually keeps clients in the door? What are agencies doing with the highest retention rates? It is not that they're necessarily even getting better placements than everyone else. What they're doing differently is actually that they have changed the conversation from deliverables to outcomes. Okay, I'm going to say that again. The conversation now centers around outcomes instead of deliverables. What do I mean by that? There is a difference between telling a client We got you into Forbes this month, and telling a client the Forbes placement drove a 40% spike in branded search, 3 inbound inquiries, 2 of your top 10 prospects have now seen your name in a context that positions you as the authority in the room before you ever even get on a call with them. That's impact, right? Same placement, completely different story about the impact and the value of that placement. And that second story does something that the first one can't. It makes you and the work that you're doing to land this kind of targeted visibility makes you indispensable, because now you're not reporting on press. You're reporting to your clients on the business impact of the features that you're landing for them. And a client who understands that their PR is moving their pipeline is a client who never questions that invoice when you send it. I know you've had that feeling. I always have it. Every month, I make sure that the report and the recap in the email, it pulls out all the juicy nuggets, and it has so much value. Like, we take those reports and we present the data and the features in a visual way, in a way that gives them a lot of impact. And I summarize it all and make it really exciting in an email. And then I follow up quickly, because it happens on the first of the month. I follow up quickly with our invoice. And it's always like, well, I feel good about sending the invoice right now because look at all the great work we did in the last month. But if you don't have these clear impacts in their business positioned in your telling of the impact of the press that you're getting and showing that their pipeline is moving, then you might get a client who questions the invoice because they don't automatically see that value of those deliverables or of those outcomes that you're providing. And this is what I mean when I talk about the business model shift. It's not about doing different work. It's about connecting the work that we're already doing, that we've already been doing, to the outcomes that our clients actually care about. It's their revenue, the customer journey, their new business pipeline, authority in their market, visibility with the specific people who should be buying from them, their target customers. So understanding all of that really helps to see how you can position the work that you're doing to tie back into those outcomes, so that when you report to clients, you're really showing them you get what their goals and objectives are, and you created a strategy, executed on that strategy, and landed results that actually move the needle towards their goals and objectives. But here's the other thing, and that is where AI comes back into this discussion. I did talk last week about how AI search pulls from high authority sources. These are the publications that we get our clients placed in, and that you're getting your clients placed in too. And that's not just an interesting fact. It's actually really cool. And it has me so excited about the work we do as PR professionals, because it is now more important than ever, because we are able to directly impact their discoverability when people are asking questions inside these answer engine large language models. These models are pulling from high authority sources, the places we are getting our clients featured in. And that is a reporting opportunity that almost nobody in this industry is actually using yet. I'm going to repeat that one again because it's very surprising to me. It is an opportunity to tie the results that we are getting for our clients back in to AI discoverability, and looking at that reporting opportunity, kind of positioning what you're doing from where you started with them and showing every month where they are now in certain searches. And a lot of our peers are not doing this just yet. And they're leaving a lot of opportunity to serve their clients really well on the table. When your client gets placed in a high authority publication, that placement doesn't just live in a press clipping. It feeds into how they show up when a prospect will ask an AI search engine about their industry, about their product, about their services. And it builds the digital authority that makes them the obvious choice in an AI curated result. That is a business outcome. that has a pipeline impact. And if you're the agency that can really articulate that and can sit across from a prospect on Zoom or on a call or in person and really explain not just what you do, we secure features, we tie your business and your story, your brand and product into timely, targeted, relevant, strategically pitched story ideas, right? That's kind of the old way that we do it. We can explain that not just what we do, but what it does for their business in the world we're actually living in right now. This world where people are shifting away from searching on Google and businesses are focused on SEO, and they're focused now on AEO, answer engine optimization. That's the world we live in now. And we are no longer competing on price anymore. We're in a different conversation entirely because the results that we get through our strategic storytelling, finding those unique angles and ideas to help your client stand out in a crowded marketplace, those features then shape how answer engines are pulling content to share with the people searching for answers. So the agencies that figure this out first own their market. And the ones that keep reporting on impressions are going to keep fighting for budget and for room as a line item in an annual budget. And we want all of our community, our Powerhouse Pros community, the members of our agency accelerator, to understand how AI, it's scary. Yes, I'm not saying like, oh, AI is so great. I mean, there are so many fantastic ways we are integrating AI into our workflows, into our day-to-day execution, how we provide service for our clients, ways that we're saving time, streamlining operations. It's all fantastic. But yes, I understand that as a PR professional, AI can write. It can't write, you could train it to write pretty well. And so far, that human touch, that real deep understanding of an industry, which is why I love sharing with people how niching down is really a lever that they can pull in order to easily amp up their revenue by having a deep subject matter expertise, deep understanding of their niche, the players in their niche, the power moves that are happening in their space. All of that genuinely helps you. And what we're still able to do as PR pros, leverage those relationships, really understand the market, what's happening in our clients' industries and how they stand out, what makes them different, finding those little nuanced ideas and creating a story out of a nugget, out of a nothing, right? And that is currently not really something that I have seen. I've tested a lot of AI tools geared towards PR professionals that are supposed to make pitching more automated. And I will tell you, it doesn't help. It doesn't work. It still goes back to connections, timely, targeted, relevant story ideas tailored to each person, emails tailored to each person that you are pitching specifically. And that is what moves the needle. And then those features are the ones that then show up as sources that are cited in the results that AI is sharing with their members that are searching on there. And that is what we do. So AI right now is making the earned media success that we have as PR pros even more valuable to brands. That skill that you possess, that I possess, that skill we teach in my pitch lab, what we do as PR pros is still, and probably now more than ever, highly sought after and important for brands to support their discoverability, to position themselves as authority, because those answer engines are looking for places to cite. And that's what we get as PR pros. That work stays the same. Maybe some of the outlets that you're pitching, and we talked about this in one of my memberships, there are certain places that AI looks to probably more highly than even your clients would. Some places like trade publications, like press releases and things that for a while, press releases really carried no weight in the Google era of search. But now company press releases, announcements, consistent messaging across all of the brand's visible touch points with the customer, and trade publications mentioning that brand, in addition to high domain authority, traditional, heritage publications, top tier media outlets. All of those serve as places that AI considers high domain authority and will pull answers from. And that is really important to understand, because in the era of AI, the skill that we possess and how we present it to clients can really solidify long-term contracts and show the value of the work we do. And the next episode, we're going to talk about who this actually works for, because specificity is what makes this reporting shift actually land. A generalist agency trying to connect placements to a pipeline, outcomes across 5 different industries, we are going to struggle. But a specialist who owns a clear category and makes this argument to their clients is going to win every single time. We own a clear category. We can make this argument in our sleep. And that niche decision, and it's one that I've seen so many people avoid because it feels like you might be leaving money on the table. But that decision to niche down is actually the thing that unlocks premium pricing, that unlocks your ability to set your rate to your dream client. That will give you a shorter sales cycle, and it'll help position you with your clients as an essential service. They'll continue to renew and roll over their contract without being asked. And we've had clients that also ask for additional services once we're in and we start to see what their goals and objectives are and some other tactics that we could employ that would really help them achieve those goals even faster and with more visibility. They'll increase scope with us, which means our fee goes up and we stick around a little longer, right? Next week, we're going to talk about how this actually works. And before then, I want you to join me for my free live masterclass on June 20th. It is called How PR Agency Owners Are Making Themselves More Sought After Than Ever in the Age of AI. And this is where the complete system, not just niching down, not just how to position your services in the era of AI, but a complete system around your positioning, your reporting, the frameworks that work to secure features for your clients, the frameworks that work to position yourself as the go-to authority in your niche. So all of your dream clients want to work with you. The pipeline, the AI tools, it's everything we're building towards in this series. And we're doing it live on that call, this masterclass. And you can grab your spot now at generationacademy.com/May. And there will be a link in the show notes. But keep this in mind, the shift from selling press to selling revenue, it's really important, but it's not complicated. But it does change everything about how you sell, how do you retain your clients, and how you grow. And that's what we're building toward. And we're going to start with this masterclass June 20th. It's totally free. It's so good. And I hope you'll join me there because I'm sharing so much about what we have discovered is moving the needle to land clients, to position ourselves as a premium agency, supporting brands in this new era of AI discoverability, doing what we know how to do best, leveraging our relationships, our expertise, all of the things. And I want to share all of that with you. So come join me June 20th. I think it's a Saturday, I'm pretty sure. And there is an opportunity to save yourself a spot at generationacademy.com/May. We have the link in the show notes for you. I hope to see you there. It's going to be awesome. And until then, go out there and crush it this week. I'm going to be over here crushing it too, probably with the help of Claude Cowork, Claude Code, and all of my projects that I have going over there. So I can't wait to share all that with you. Come and join me, and I'll see you on the 20th in our masterclass.